Hello to all, this is Liv from Live Love Sims, and today I'm going to be building this house that I saw, and I found this description about it too, and I thought it was really cool, so I decided to incorporate parts from that. I was able to incorporate the big fence in the front. Most of the house is pretty similar. It was pretty easy once I got the hang of recreating. It has the big pool in the back, it has the caretaker cottage, has the circle driveway and the wrought iron fence. So that's cool. I really love that we have shutters now for the windows, like individual. So good. Going to be using them in every single build. I end up not using that extended side on the left. I end up getting rid of that. It's too big. I don't want to have to furnish all that. Plus it gives it a little different dimension, some interest. But I actually just started filming videos about The Sims. It's always been a bit of a dream. I've watched people like Plumbella, Lil Simsy, James Turner, Deligracy. So I've always been involved in the Sims world. I have every single pack. I've played since Sims 2. But I've just never really had the courage to sit down and film myself building or film some gameplay. So there's definitely been an adjustment there. Even so, while adjusting, it's still been super great. It's been so fun. I mean, to make work out of something I do all day, every day that I enjoy doing so much, of course it's going to be fun. I did have a bit of a problem, going back to the build, with the windows. I just really struggled to figure out what I would use to make it somewhat similar to the picture I was recreating while also using as much stuff from the Horse Ranch pack as I can. I was so excited for that pack. I think I've already made 2 or 3 builds with it. And then, of course, I've got a gameplay that I'm doing on TikTok. A little let's play about the Horse Ranch. Just kind of testing out the pack features and doing a little spicy story. It's not quite spicy yet, but we got the setup going. It'll get there. I do actually do the interior of this house off camera. So the whole floor plan. In the description, it says it's a 9-bedroom house, and it has a formal ballroom and dining room, I believe. So I made sure to incorporate those. And I've got just like the flooring down, the walls, the ceiling. I'm going to do a part 2, and that'll be furnishing the whole thing. But this build alone took me probably like 6 or 7 hours in 2 different sittings, because I do have a full-time job, and then I'm preparing to go back to school. So the videos I post will probably be a little more spaced in between, but I will still be posting. Also, I apologize if you hear crunching in the back. I have filled my cat's little treat puzzles because they were being super bad and just running around while I was trying to do this voiceover. And so I was like, okay, here's some treats. I will bribe you. Just be quiet. But now we have that little rustling, so we'll deal with it. So I'm doing the landscaping now. I love landscape. I think it is so soothing and so relaxing. My boyfriend, when he saw it, he was like, you have to individually place all those things. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's kind of how you create it. But it's fun to me. It doesn't seem tedious or like something difficult. Building in general used to be difficult to me, but I guess the more I've done it, the more I kind of know how to make it work. I've watched a ton of tutorial videos. I'm constantly watching speed builds just to get ideas and learn how to make new things. Like the other day on TikTok, I learned how to make a bridge in The Sims just from this content creator. So I get a lot of ideas from there, a lot of inspiration. I try to give credit to everyone too, and I use them in my videos. I think in my Let's Play, I didn't really build the first house that my sim was in. I think her name's Layla. Just because I wanted to start playing, so I used a different creator's build and gave them credit in the video. But I did do the interior. I may not always build from start to finish, but I will definitely replace an unfurnished lot and then furnish it myself. It can be a lot to build something even a small size from start to finish. My first couple videos were just little tiny houses, and they took a while. I guess I should have started with maybe a medium-sized house in between. I went from building on a 20 by 20 lot to I think 20 by 15, and now this one is a 64 by 64. So a little bit of a jump there. I decided to go big or go home. So I've built the barn out front. I've got the fence area where I want it. I'm doing this really cute lattice overhang in the back. This is actually off that first floor down there. You can see the dance floor. That's the ballroom and the formal dining room. And so that's, what I recreated from the description. I had absolutely no reference picture for the back of the house, so I kind of just decided to make it how I think it would look. And then I added this little side piece because in the picture it's garages, and I know you can make garages in The Sims. I just don't ever use them. If I'm gonna make a skill room, it's gonna be a skill room. It's not gonna be in the garage. So yeah, I'm adding this pole in the back. The description said it's a 75-foot pole. I did not measure this pole, but it looks right. It looks close enough. I really wanted to use this tile. I think it's so pretty, the brick. I had a little bit of trouble figuring it out, but I learned how to do the Control F, and you can get the triangle key. Still learning things. I've been playing Sims, oh my goodness, probably 13 or 14 years. And I'm still learning new things every single day. I think that's one of the reasons that it keeps you hooked. This is a little garden area I'm making, and I guess I could have put the brick in between, but I felt like it would look weird, so I just did some terrain paint. Really fun. I saw this girl, I think it's Danielle Builds, I want to say, on either TikTok or Insta. I have her on both. And she put this little pebble around as a border outside of a different terrain paint, and it just gave it such a finished, fancy look. I was like, yeah, definitely trying that in my next build. And here we are. Look at that. Look at how good it looks. Gave it such a finished, fancy look. I was like, yeah, definitely trying that. And here we are. Look at that. Look at how good it looks. It's not done yet. I'm still adding probably a little bit to the outside, and then I'm gonna have to do the whole inside. There's a little caretaker's cottage. I did fix that missing wall paint, and you can find it on the gallery.